That's the key. So, fellas, if you listen to this, if you're a PE, just dehydrate yourself. Just don't, you know what I'm saying? Just live at slight dehydration at all times, and your body won't let the semen out. All right, it'll just hold on to it. It's bad advice for life.
If you prematurely ejaculate, stop drinking water.
Too wet.
Where the camera at? If you prematurely ejaculate, stop drinking water.
That's funny.
Pepsi's only. All right.
Pepsi's only.
Word up. You know what I mean? It'll turn your your semen into jelly.
Yeah.
You won't be able to come.
Viscous discharge.
That shit coagulates, bro, like cheese.
Listen up, Seth. I'm on some fake shit.
Yeah.
He's on some real shit.
Why are you talking like that?
I'm on some fake shit.
Please tell us.
What do you mean?
Why are you talking like that?
We're talking like what?
You switch your whole voice up. Yo, Seth, you got that right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
What do you mean? I've switched my whole voice up.
I'm not gonna let you guys.
I'm talking on some.
On
I'm
that
talking
fake shit. You don't say that.
I'm talking about some fake shit. That's a different voice?
100%. Listen, if we had a way to pull the footage back up, because it will.
I don't disagree, dude. I don't disagree that if I'm talking to you, I add flavor into my voice.
Stop saying flavor.
Why?
Like it's zesty.
It is.
Like Saltburn.
What would you say? You as when I say flavor, you say racism.
It's somewhere between racist and unnecessary.
You tend to do that with your buddies though, Tom. Like who you're around, you kind of mirror.
It's like an
that.
episode of Fresh Prince when Uncle Phil's British homeboy come to town and he started talking in a British accent. And she's like, "You always talking to British?" He's like, "What are you talking about?"
That's a good.
And it's like
cut.
pip cheerio, like all like out of nowhere whenever they come around. He just
I
does
say
that.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I say I do a little code switching or.
It's not code switching.
Or chameleoning into the environment. It's not
one,
code
yeah,
switching.
chameleoning. That's one. Chameleoning.
Yeah. I'm kind of
Code
blending
switching
in.
is like when Eric Brown has to change his voice to like get his phone bill fixed and stuff like that. That's code switching.
Okay.
If he talks like Eric Brown, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's an angry black dude on the phone." Same thing with job interviews. I gotta change my voice. Joshua Etheridge. Blah, 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 blah. That's really.
I don't know. It's just. I think it's. I don't know. I don't. There's no. I just don't agree that that's racist. I just don't. I don't know. I just think.
Of course you would. You enjoy doing it. You're like, it's fun. I have a good time.
Yeah. You know.
It's somewhere between.
It's the language of our culture.
If there's no malice in your heart, it's not racist. But at the very baseline, unnecessary. Nobody in the world would be like, "Yo, you have to talk like that."
I don't think what I just said when I was taking the opposite of what you said, which was you're talking, you're spitting the truth, and I'm like, well, I don't even remember what it was, and I'm like, I'm gonna be over here talking on some fake shit. That's just
You don't talk like that.
What? That's exactly how I do talk.
You said it way saucier before the first time. The first time before you thought we were going to stick on it, you said it with a lot of sauce.
I'm going to be over here talking some fake shit.
I'm talking that fake shit. I can't even do it. If it was something real saucy, I was like, man, why? But
a couple weeks ago, he asked on Facebook, he was like, is there a 10-year-old on that team that you think could beat me? And I was like, nah. I was like, but it's a 10-year-old in a park somewhere for sure that'll smoke you. He pulled up last week. He's on the team now because my daughter's team was 0-2. They was not like the last game before he pulled up. They didn't score a bucket. They didn't score a scrimmage bucket. All their points came from.
It's a unisex basketball team?
Yeah. Okay. It's kids.
Okay.
So I mean, and then this kid pulls up this week. His sister was far and away the best player on the team before he started playing on the team. Right. And she was just, and she's good, but she ain't. But when the rest of the team is bad,
she looks great.
No, she don't look good either because they bad. You know what I'm saying? They so bad, they make her look regular.
Okay.
He's so good, the rest of the kids immediately turned into all NBA kids. I swear to God.
He's the example of a Jordan making everybody around him better.
Yeah, man, because the first 3 possessions, they inbound him the ball. He just goes coast to coast, lay up. The other team get the ball back. He let him get the half court. He take it from him. He basically scored the first. We was up 12-0 with halfway through the first quarter.
Right. Are you coaching this team?
No. Okay. I'm coaching my kid because she don't know what she's doing. And so I noticed the rest of the kids, they rebounding, they blocking shots. they spacing now. I'm like, where was this at last week? Now he here, and all of a sudden, y'all know how to play basketball. Oh, that's cool, whatever, I get it. Man, but I promise you, if his dad was to, you know what I'm saying, if you was to pull up,
he'd take me, he'd beat me.
Yeah,
was it 10-year-old that I?
You said 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm 21-3.
He's gonna beat me 21-3.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we said 9-year-olds, but
We bumped it up to 10, I think.
100% you would lose.
Man, when I say the kid looked like an NBA player, like it was the gap was LeBron James and a varsity high school.
How big
guy.
is he?
He probably like 5'7".
So he's got some bulk to
He's
him.
pretty tall. He's 10. He probably 10.
What?
He probably, bro, he's tall. He probably 10 turning 11.
My thing was, I think I can. Like they were saying, they could go to a park and find a number of kids that could beat me as a 10-year-old, and I'm like, there's not a chance.
Not any 10-year-old can beat you, but elite 10-year-olds.
But like the keys in the wording, a number of. You know what I'm saying? Like we go to a park with 100 kids, 10 of them can beat you.
No.
Yes,
2 of them. I get
I'm telling you, I'm telling you,
You're overestimating like how much of a height difference it is.
That should matter. That should do matter.
And and even if a kid has mad skills for a 10-year-old, it's still just pretty good dribble. They just don't have the coordination yet.
But I think I hear you on that, and that's a valid point. You're overestimating your body. Just moving quickly, just like unless you just like playing
that is
like
a decent
Draymond.
Yeah.
That is a decent argument.
But it's just like them being quicker, more agile, just able to like be like a cat, just go
They
between,
can bounce.
just doing crazy young shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying a kid that's usually less than 5'6". They're little, dude. They're like 100-pound. Kids that young are little, and even if they take 3 steps, you take 1. I mean, you know from having kids, it's like your kid can be winning a race. You just take 1 step and you catch up to them. You know what I mean?
But also,
there is a time where they're better. You know,
you're right. One step you can catch up. But also, you ever taken that one wrong step and it just shut your whole body down?
Yes. Well,
it means you never know what's going to happen. That always happens at the worst time.
Yes.
I was just turning left into my bathroom and just fuck my whole. I fucked my whole shit up. I fucked my whole shit up, bro. I turned a little too quick.
Yeah.
And it just.
That's funny. That's a valid point too.
I mean, you never know what's going to happen. It would. It's like we live sedentary lifestyles. So it happens once every couple months. A basketball game, you revving that shit up, it might happen during that game.
I just know from playing in my driveway with my son or playing with
those are memories
as he grew up.
Yeah, when you were younger.
Yeah, that's now. You're right.
But I'll say this too though.
But that's
You were a younger man.
I remember when
4 or 5 years ago. You know,
I remember fucking for an hour one time. That back in the day. I used to.
I don't even want to do that no more.
I used to fuck for a strong 45 to an hour all the time. Not now.
Yeah.
I like to fuck for 45 minutes throughout the day.
You stretch it.
It adds up.
3 times to add up.
Yeah.
15 and 15.
I think it'd be
like 3, 12, and 30.
That's I think more
bragging,
realistic.
bro. He said 30. He bragging, bro. He bragging, bro.
You already did the second one.
No, he was bragging with the 3. Yeah. That first one is short.
Right. Then 12 is like, all right. I had to work I had to get a sweat.
That is, I think that is in a long-term relationship that ends up being a downfall because what happens for me at least, sounds like for most guys, I think that first one, but it's quicker than you want it to be, and then
nobody judges anybody.
where you really make up your game is in the second and third time that day or night.
Right? But it's always that fucking what am I trying to say? It's like that. What am I trying to say? It's like that mythical. No, it's like that myth. It's like the myth of the second one. Because I'm going to sleep.
Well, that's you.
It's always like I got you, and it's just gone. Just all the energy's out my body.
I wasn't.
I gave
like
you
that.
my life essence.
I'm about to.
I wasn't. I'm like you. I like to hang in there for a while. Yeah. But then if you're only doing it once, if you're only you get to a point where you're doing it once or twice a week, then you're just getting the shitty sex. You're just getting that. You're just getting that 3-minute version off the top, and then it just that if you don't work at it, that snowballs into
you train up.
It's better when you when you don't masturbate, just hold on and just wait for you excited about it. That's a great. I take a great 15 over an I-30.
So this is the thing,
true.
right? But this is the thing, so
I'm with you.
To Tom's point, I would prefer to have 2 rounds a night. But to his point, I might fall asleep after 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That first one might if it's nighttime. So me personally, I like to try to start something in the day, in the morning, so that, you know what I mean, if I do fail, you know what I'm saying, if I come up short,
right,
you know what I'm saying, I already got that out the way.
You got the
you know what I'm saying, I can run it back.
It's like the
later.
first at bat in a game, you know what I mean?
If I strike out, I will. You know what I'm saying? I got another one.
First thing in the morning is the best.
But I
try to do it immediately.
Yeah, but I say this, like, I got to a point to where I was like, damn, boy, I wish I was 19 again, so I could just come in 2 minutes and so I could come in 2 minutes and then 10 minutes later I can go forever.
Refractory period is like shorter.
Yeah, like I don't want to, like, boy, it got to a point I was like, man, I kind of miss coming fast.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is, you know what I'm saying, coming slow it's a lot of work. And she disappointed now because she don't already, you know what I'm saying, she done came. She's like, all right, what is your problem? Who else are you sleeping with? It's like, no, I'm just dehydrated and out of shape.
I'm dehydrated.
I don't have the fluid to lose.
Yes.
Go get me a bottle of water and I guarantee you 5 minutes. 17 strokes is over. That's the key. So fellas, if you listen to this, if you're a PE, just dehydrate yourself. Just don't, you know what I'm saying? Just live at slight dehydration at all times and your body won't let the semen out. All right. It'll just hold on to it. It's bad advice for life.
If you prematurely ejaculate, stop drinking water.
Too wet.
Where the camera at? If you prematurely ejaculate, stop drinking water.
That's funny.
Pepsi's only. All right.
Pepsi's only.
Word up. You know what I mean? It'll turn your your semen into jelly.
Yeah.
You won't be able to come.
Viscous discharge.
That shit coagulates, bro, like cheese.
Like a cream and an Irish car bomb.
Boy.
That was a good little run.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? But,
It's bad advice for your health, for your kidneys and shit, but it's good advice if you're trying to play.
Nah, man, I'm taking age so serious now, bro. Anybody older than me, you can't do nothing around me, man. I'm telling you.
Because of this incident, it's giving you a wake-up call?
I don't want you doing nothing. I don't want E. Brown doing nothing. I don't want Steve, Jenny doing Trundy. He already don't do nothing. I ain't seen him.
Well, last episode you were on with me, you were worried about me falling down on the ships.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a real thing.
I'm doing all right.
Trundy, I ain't know you. I ain't trying bad. Trundy, if you're doing something active, good for you, but also stop.
Yeah, I'm still an athlete though.
Yeah.
You know you're not around me. Not around me. You my OG.
Do you still play basketball and stuff?
I mean, I started like working out after that.
Oh, okay.
After we started playing, because I was like, damn, for 15 minutes, boy, I'm pretty good. I'm not 15 seconds in spurts. I'm unstoppable. Like, we got out there with someone who remained nameless. They're a friend of the show, but I'm not gonna put them out there right now.
Right.
They was like, let's run full court.
No, thank you.
And I was like, dickhead, you just showed up. No.
Right.
And everybody was like, yeah, we can run full court. Man, we did 2 possession changes. And they was like, hey, so yeah, we probably should just play half court. I was like, you fucking right, play half court. It's 90 degrees out here. Why the fuck was y'all thinking none of us run? Except for this dude, and look at him. He about to pass out.
Yo,
you got it.
What cameras mean?
It was
bro?
Juice. It was Juice.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was either Juice or Goolsby.
It was not because
You're the one
it was
all the
Goolsby's
way
court.
over
It was at his. It was in his area,
Yeah.
so he knew
The
better
green
than to run
tape.
half court. Like, he went like, run full court. He was like, I ain't trying to do that.
Bro.
Yeah.
But we let Juice convince us, and then
Are you either one? Are you a rebounder at all?
nah, I don't fuck with that.
Are you an outside shooter? Kind of.
I'm a drive the lane type of guy.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna pick a spot, and if I leave you, I'm gone. I'm gone.
Okay.
I'm going to the rim.
I can dribble and dish. I get rebound, and I'm sort of like in the paint guy.
Dribble and dish. I like that. Never heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the rebound guy in youth just because I was long. And they're like, Payne, get under the basket.
Yeah.
That's all I did. Rebounds.
Yeah, my daughter, she's a mad dog. She just like when she get in the game, he's like, all right, just pick up the ball carrier or the ball handler at half court and just make their life hell.
How old's your daughter?
10. This is her first foray in the.
So do you work with her on basketball
I do, but it's like she a girl. She's a girly girl. Like she ain't a tomboy. She just crazy athletic, and I see it. I'm like, all right, I told her, I was like, look, if you never play basketball after this year, fine. But I just want to show you how athletic you are and that you can get better at things if you try to get better at them. Like, just because you started something today and you weren't good at it, it don't mean that in 6 months you won't be better than everybody else that does it. So let me show you how much better you are, how athletic you are. And of course, first practice I was like, hey, we started playing basketball last month, and you're not the worst person on the team.
Right.
Think about that. Think about it. So in end of the season, you'll be top 5 personnel. Now
Right.
you won't. Now she probably won't be getting buckets like that, but she can. She can make a layup now.
She's one of these people that she's got the talent, and then people are going to have to outwork her. And then,
if she actually puts mental effort into any type of sport, she probably would be like,
Get her good enough so she can beat Tom.
that'd be fine.
She won't be able to beat Tom till she's at like 16, 17.
Dude, Owen is killing it at school. He's a pitcher right now. My son, like they just changed. They added in like he's an over-the-top pitcher, and he's fastball, curveball, 2-seamer, changeup, and a slider, right? And then they just added in. They got him throwing out of a different arm slot also. So they've added 4 more. It's basically just 4 more pitches,
Right,
and he's like, as a freshman, he might be one of their top pitchers already.
Yeah, man. He don't gotta do that OnlyFans. He could just have a regular life as a baseball player.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He could just make millions doing that.
It's amazing, man. Like how much like talent there is at the position, but very rarely do people throw strikes. Like they keep recruiting the guys that throw 94, but then it's like you come to the games and it's like, can we get the guy in that doesn't walk people and give up hits? Let's use him.
Even the guy that's throwing 80, but he throws it down the pipe.
Yeah.
That 95 miles an hour fastball ain't doing shit for me way over there.
Yeah, it's weird how it's like quarterbacks in the NFL, how low the percentage is of really, really good ones that can do what they're supposed to do,
And it's crazy because in high school, they all world beaters.
Yeah.
Like every last one of them is amazing on the high school football field. Like the last dude that went to the NFL from my alma mater in high school, he played cornerback in high school. He didn't play football till his sophomore year. He beat me in basketball when he was in 6th grade. I was like a junior.
Okay.
So that's why I know. But he was an elite
athlete
level basketball. I mean, he's an NFL player. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, he was athletic then. But his brother played football, and I guess they kind of figured out, like, all right, bro, you probably only going to be like 6'2". So if you want to go D1, you should probably
play football.
And he did, and he became a lockdown corner. Like, he got to the point where he would let the receiver get like a 5-yard lead.
Dion used to do that.
Yeah, he would bait the quarterback into throwing the ball. And every time they passed it to the side, it was a pick 6. Like, if he picked it, it was a touchdown. And then he was a punt return, got to the point where his senior year they ended up putting him at quarterback. But he got to the NFL and he was an NFL safety.
Okay.
Nothing like crazy, celebratory. He had a decent career.
And nobody's ever heard of him.
I mean,
nobody, but
yeah. If you're a fan of the teams he played for, you know who he is. But if you're just a casual NFL fan, you probably don't know him.
Who'd he play for?
The Jets, the Chargers, and I won't say he got signed to the Patriots for a little while, but I don't think he ever. I think he was hurt when he got, and maybe the Texans. Like, I know the Jets and the Chargers was like his 2, like big tenures. You know what I'm saying? And he was decent. He's a decent NFL player.
You're a pretty big football fan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you count the Panthers as a football team.
They play real football teams.
Yeah.
So,
and I can give you. I'm a Falcons fan, so I can't really talk.
Oh yeah. You should just really just chill. Like, you shouldn't even say nothing.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I start doing math problems in my head.
JD like Panthers eat Falcons, don't they? Like, wouldn't they eat?
I be going out the names,
birds.
They be like Dolphins versus the Bears. I'm like Bears.
I'm
like Bears all day.
Because Bears can't swim.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Bears way more powerful, yeah.
You don't have any sports. You're not a sports guy at all.
If you count esports mildly, like I'll be watching nigga. But the thing is, the games I watch, it'll be like, we got Snickerdoodle in the top lane. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this. It's just dudes. It's just young 21-year-old dudes fighting for their fucking life.
But you don't know, you don't follow teams in esports either. You just
only thing I follow is like battle rap. That's what I follow. As far as like I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah, JD do follow battle rap like sports.
Heavy.
Okay.
I mean, it's some people call it sports. Some people call
Is
it
that
art,
do they do teams on that, or is it all individual?
You got groups. So let's say, for example, let's say you, like for comedy, you would have your group of the I don't know what name would be, the Simmons boys, and like if you like somebody and you saw promise, you'd be like, hey, you want to be in my group, and the benefits of that are with battle rap. If we on stage, I'm going against E Brown. If I got a legend like you behind me, going talk that shit, kill him, is making my performance so much better because I got the cosign.
You got the hype man behind you.
I got not the hype. Well, it's a hype man as well, but I got the cosign of a great. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in this camp. I got all these great dudes behind me, supporting me, and also you probably. Writing together, but like if I'm writing my rounds, I like, hey, what do you think? And you'll be like, you could add this, you could change this up, you could attack this angle. Now go harder on this, get more disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like you could
or give a tag or whatever.
Or whatever. Like I'm getting the benefit of your brain. You know what I'm saying? Like helping me form my stuff. And then ideally I would get more clout, get bigger and bigger and bigger, and we would add more people, and then just collectively just get better as a group.
By the way, speaking of that, have you seen? I don't know if this is even related, but is it Benzino?
Yeah.
Have you heard? Is this old news or not? But I've just seen he put out a rap slamming Eminem.
Oh, that's old.
Slamming Eminem.
That's old.
I think
and like nobody. I didn't say nobody. I mean, sure somebody care about Benzino, but
his daughter probably care about it.
His daughter. I mean, like nobody.
That's an old thing where he's talking about Detroit and he's talking about him being Elvis, rap Elvis.
Yeah, I think so. Because what happened was
it's actually pretty decent slams on him, but then Eminem's got a new thing out going after him again.
Benzino had enough clout in the industry to where it was like, hey man, write me an Eminem diss, and somebody was like, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, for real. Man.
So,
and also as Eminem, you're not gonna win. Like you're simply not gonna win. It just doesn't make any sense to do it. Off of pure attrition, like you write 3 minutes of Eminem disses, and then he writes a 10-minute thing about you. And then
with a million syllables in it.
Yeah, so now you got to do something equal to match that to go, and it's got to be good. You're not going to win. Nobody can do that. Not a lot of people can do that or got the time to do that.
I know recently Eminem mentioned Benzino's daughter in a rap, and they were like, and then she was like, I'm not rap people so corny. You know what I'm saying? Which is the exact opposite position her dad would have took back in the day. But also, her career is way more fruitful than, like, her rap career is way more fruitful than her dad's. Like, by Coyle Ray.
Oh,
yeah, that's her daughter.
That is.
He didn't even know that.
That's insane.
But that's part of the reason she's successful because
she hasn't done it on his name. She's done it on her own.
Yeah, I know Coyle Ray. Benzino is not a name you hear at all.
I've just been seeing. Maybe it's in my TikTok. I watched a couple Eminem things, and now it's like, is there a new one out with him? Like, what's the opposite of a giraffe? Benzino, because he ain't got no neck. He does some. I just fucked that up. But that's can't touch his hands above his head when he's doing jumping jacks. It's like he does some lines like that about him, and I'm like, is this? Sometimes I don't know if it's new or if it's just because. And I'm an Eminem fan. Because he just puts out so much shit. I don't even know.
Apparently, he just decided to diss Benzino and Coyle Ray this month.
Okay.
But he got enough time and money to do whatever he wants. I mean, it's like
if I was him, I'm like, Benzino, your daughter is a way better rapper than you.
That would have been the whole song.
What is my daughter doing? You don't know because she doesn't have to rap, dummy. She's not building generational wealth for me.
Those are good angles. Those are very good angles.
Yeah,
very good angles.
Because you see so many married men on like Instagram models posts. Just, I'd love to smell the crotch of your panties. And it's like,
who says that to people?
Motherfuckers say it, though. People say wild.
Insane people.
Check the comment section on Twitter.
The first dude that said, I drink her bath water.
Yeah, he was wild.
That dude was wild. But then, like, he just got a following of, like, man,
Yeah.
I sniffed crack out her toenail crease.
Right.
Like,
The
like,
wildest
people
shit
don't give a just any type of disgusting.
The
thing
wildest
to get
shit I ever
close.
heard was, and the kids today are right to judge rappers. When Biggie said, "She looks so good, I'll suck on her daddy's dick."
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's
Yeah,
just,
that was wild.
That was one of them bars you don't repeat
That was
as a kid. It's
wild.
like,
Yeah.
I'm not.
That was wild.
I don't know anybody. Look
That was
good.
wild.
Like,
He recorded that.
yeah, he did. He got the
He
studio.
recorded that.
And the engineer was like, "Yo,
Didn't
she
die.
fine as fuck,
He
bro."
recorded that, and a group of other black dudes said, "Run it."
Word. That's
wild.
fine.
That's wild. That's wild. That's wild.
See this? I'm like, hey, you can't.
Mad
You don't got a
zesty.
better bar for that. You can't. As a matter of fact, take that shit out.
Hell,
Put
listen,
that
bro,
shit.
ain't nothing wrong. Hey, listen,
Walmart ain't going for
I
that.
keep saying ain't nothing wrong being a little bit zesty, bro. He was a little bit zesty. That's what it is.
I feel like it's insane. I feel like he maybe got so big he was just surrounded by yes men and no one was
Nah,
like, listen.
I honestly
Biggie."
think that was a saying that people said.
I've heard that expression before.
Saying?
Yeah. I've heard that.
I ain't
I've
never
heard,
heard that.
when you say that. That's interesting because I've heard that before. That's that's sort of one of those common sort of not common, but
You've heard that before.
I've heard that before.
Never heard it before.
Yeah.
Other than the Biggie song. Yeah.
But see, that's a
I've heard
that's
a gay battle
generational
rapper
thing.
say something about sucking on the father's penis, and then Biggie Smalls.
I'm like, nigga, you leave my daddy out of this, nigga. Fuck, boy. Fuck you up, boy.
I've heard people say like I would fuck her on top of my wife, things like that. Like
I heard
I
that.
heard that. That's pretty.
That
funny.
ain't. That's not
pretty
really
funny.
that.
That's wild.
yeah.
That's wild.
But it's not. It's not really. It's not.
You know
really
what I'm saying? But it's not like an hey yo.
Hey.
all right,
Unless that person's wife is your sister,
or twin sister.
and you like don't cheat on my sister. But outside of that, that's like oh boy you stupid. That's kind of crazy. But the other one,
All right, abrupt subject change.
You
Here we
seen
go.
Saltburn?
No,
Hell yeah, man. Don't see that shit.
don't see it. Okay, I've kind of gone back and forth depending on like things I've seen people say about
Man,
it.
there's
Like,
so
this
many
looks-
movies out there like that now. I'm
I
like,
tried to get E to watch it. He was like, nah, bro. You could.
it's funny. I turned on Amazon Prime when I got home, and I was like, and it was like Saltburn. And I was
You
like,
didn't watch it at all. You didn't watch it.
I was like, I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to sleep to this.
Is it a horror movie?
It is the zestiest movie of all time, boy.
I ain't seen this. I can't co-sign. it.
I don't even know what you mean
Yo,
by
Seth, you
zesty.
seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. Maisie's seen it and talked to me about it. And I was like,
Zesty's
I'll
just
watch
like
it
you
later.
know, like it's like Brokeback Mountain, but like Brokeback Mountain was like a romantic.
Yeah, it's like a
You
drama.
know what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
was a good love story. Like Brokeback Mountain was
Yeah.
like them niggas loved each other. Like nobody want to talk about them niggas was in love.
Yeah. It's not about, oh, look how gay they are. It's, oh, look how in love they are.
Yeah, in society, so they got to
Yeah.
they got to go to this mountain.
Saltburn is look how gay they are.
Saltburn is look how gay these niggas are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mad zest.
Like Call Me By Your Name level kind of thing.
I ain't never seen that.
That's
I'm
like.
surprised. I don't know why my girl had me watching Saltburn 6 o'clock in the morning. I started my day like that.
I woke up to JD. I woke up and checked Facebook after I gave myself the 10, 20 minutes to not get on Facebook. And I
Is
Oh,
was
that sort of what you do? You try to settle like a time before you look at your
like
phone?
I try to, you know what I'm saying, handle business, check my emails, you know what I'm saying, see what's going on in the world before I open up Facebook and get like bombed by something I don't really want to care about. And damn, JD was like, "Oh my God, Saltburn! What the fuck is this movie?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm like, goddamn, it's 7:30. Why is he up talking about this?"
That shit. And who nominated? Do y'all know who nominates the films
Nah.
for like?
The
You know who
Academy.
nominates?
I don't even pay attention to who's nominated.
Who's the Academy? Who are these niggas?
They're former winners, and there's an academy of people,
They
and
must
who knows?
be stopped.
I don't know if that thing got. I don't know if Saltburn got nominated.
They
for
got
anything.
nominated a hell of times.
Did it?
Got nominated a bunch. That's why we watched it. I was like, oh shit.
But if you look through the list of like Academy Award winning
means
movies,
nothing
how many
sometimes.
of them do you actually go like, "That's a good movie. That was a fun watch."
it be
that
shit
was.
you never heard of.
It's almost stuff you'd yes.
Saltburn had a dude drinking semen out of a bathtub,
Huh?
and they nominated it. Yeah.
What is it? The grossest scene?
That was. I mean, it's a bunch of.
Okay, well, Rosamund Pike won a
It's a couple.
Golden Globe. She's
couple.
good.
It's a couple peak gross scenes in that movie, but that's like one of the ones. That's like the one Jenny heard of and said, "I'm not gonna watch it."
Okay, yeah, I'm not. I'm watching. The one thing I'm watching now is the new the thing with Jodie Foster, the
True Detective.
True Detective.
Yeah, I'm watching that one
True
too.
Detective.
Okay.
It's
But yeah,
Nothing
man.
zesty in there, yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
Yet.
I mean, it's just.
Yet.
It's just not good media, man. We gotta work on ourselves.
okay.
See,
All right, quick
next one
quick
we
subject
allow.
change. You guys are both comics.
Yep.
So you'll care about this maybe. George Carlin. They put out a AI version of George Carlin doing a comedy special.
I heard that.
And Kelly Carlin came out and was like, blah, 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 this is awful. We're going to sue him for it. You know what I mean? And sort of cut off anybody. It sort of broke the ability, really, I think, of people to be like, oh, this is great or whatever. So I haven't listened to it. I have a couple people that I know that did. Do you guys care about that at all? Or would you, let's say it's replace it as it's Richard Pryor doing it. So basically they put out a AI version of, it kind of sounds like Carlin, but.
And somebody else wrote the jokes?
No, like the
AI did it.
AI wrote the jokes by going through his whole catalog and all.
Fuck that. Don't do that.
Huh?
I don't like that.
And based on what he would say or he would have to say about
today's
times, like based on his mentality and the way he wrote, like it tries a version of that. So now I've heard both. Like it's awful. He would have never talked about this. I had another guy tell me it's probably the best written comedy special in the last 7 years. You know what I mean? So
I think you meant that ironically.
No, I don't think he didn't, because he said he was like it talks about. I think it was more of his indictment of current comedy.
Yeah,
writing,
that's what I meant.
More than it is, but
yeah,
that some of the subject matter that he took on, you know what I mean, like trans issues and stuff, like as opposed to where people say Chappelle's punching down, he was punching up the way a Carlin would. So maybe not that it's reached the level of whatever George would do, but it's not. It's obviously not George one, and I don't know. It's just interesting that you could have that ability. George Carlin could put out a special. When I first saw it, I was like, holy shit, was he thinking ahead enough that he wrote a special that was going to be released 10 years after he died, almost like a Mark Twain had his daughter release some of his writings after he died?
Yeah.
That would have been cool, like, you know, but it's still.
I'm gonna need to watch the special.
Would you, if you, let's say in a year it's reached a level or whatever, would you have Chat Richard Pryor write you a new hour every day? Would you be like, hey, let me see what Richard would say about this subject, and maybe pick through it to find jokes? Would you use a chat JD that captures everything you've ever thought and sort of helps you write? Or do you need to write everything from your head to the page to the stage?
That's how I feel about it. That's 2024. I might be a dinosaur, but I feel like if the day comes where I'm ever like, how can I outsource this joke writing? I need to quit.
Yeah. You wouldn't. Let's say you were peak JD. You're selling out theaters. You got fans coming back to see you. You just released a special. Are you bringing a bunch of boys with you on the road with you that help you write? And then you guys all. So basically, you're surrounding yourself with writers that make you funnier. Why not replace them with? Why not replace them with 3 JDs?
I don't want to hear my point of view 3 times.
Okay.
You know, I want to hear Eric Brown's point of view 3 times. I want to hear Seth's point. I want young white kids. I want Asian. I want Mexican. I would like to have a diverse group.
Yeah.
If I got to that point, I would love a diverse group of comedic writers to make sure that I'm looking at everything through every possible lens.
Because you're still going to end up doing. I would assume you're still going to end up. It's like when Chris Rock used to have Mario Joyner, and those guys go around with him. I'm sure the specials end up being still 80% Chris Rock, right?
You got to edit and say it the way you would say it.
The way Mooney wrote for Pryor, like, you know what I mean? He wasn't. So it's not. There's been writers and people that comics grab on.
But the AI is not experiencing life. It's a. As far as the way it's been explained to me, it is, I guess, the culmination of everybody's collective consciousness on Earth, which is fine. But people are constantly experiencing new things. So that means every new thing experienced would have to immediately be uploaded into the ether or whatever for it to matter. But also the AI is not living life. It can do it. It can do whatever, but it's not going through heartbreak. It's not experiencing death. It's not experiencing the joy of meeting somebody for the first time, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't know what sex feels like. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that.
And we don't really know if George Carlin's opinions about things would have changed. We don't know.
Of course we don't.
Yeah, and so he punching up for trans rights, but what if George Carlin didn't like trans people?
Yeah, so you don't know what will happen, because things had to have happened. Like somebody might find God. You know what I'm saying? Right. That would shift your comedy.
And then there's that joke that George Carlin got where he like, oh man, my friend was upset because he can't say nigger anymore, and he was like, well, how come Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor can say it? And then George Carlin's like, cause they're niggers.
Right.
Like, that's going, you know what I mean? How can AI, what's he going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, we say nigga a lot in 2024.
And AI doesn't realize, wait a minute, Carlin probably wouldn't write that joke now.
Right.
But AI is just going off of that one smash hit.
Yeah, because that shit about, you know what I'm saying? If it's counting,
He's always
if
like
it's
that.
counting laughs and laughs per minute and how, they're going to be like, hey, we got to write more of this.
No, they had an
biggest
intern
thing
when it
is-
printed it out. Just go,
It's just
A
going
lot
off of
was some
everything
stuff.
that he did, not everything that he would do.
yeah.
That's my big issue.
It's not as good as it will be eventually.
It's like somebody made an AI Tom Simmons in like 50 years, and I'm like, or whatever. I'm like, man, he wouldn't have said that, or he,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You can mirror cadence, you can mirror subject matter, you can't mirror like soul and essence.
How it clicks
you know
in
what
my
I'm saying?
mind or
Like you
whatever.
can't mirror how it fired away for you.
But
Right.
I could look at a list, like when I used to write those So Then There's Thises. My buddy Eric Schaus and another, there's a guy that used to open mic down in Florida. I had a little Facebook page where I'd post the stories and we would write jokes. And majority of them they'd be like things I wrote, right? But it would be like they would be writing with me too. And it'd be like, that's funny. And then that would maybe spur me to write a couple punchlines or like reword that a little bit the way I did it, or vice versa. They would reword something I wrote. So to have that help cranking out 5 of those a week or whatever.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine. It's really about most of that stuff, but it's really about generating what's funny in my mind. You know, I'm not saying I would do it, and I might just be like, hey, if I had a chat GP Tom that wrote Tom Simmons style jokes for me all the time, they would mostly fail, just like mine do. But there'd be things that struck me that I'd be like, yes, and I would that works with this other thing I got. I imagine it would be.
It would be. I mean, I could imagine maybe like if you had the AI of 3 other comedians, like 3 other brains, but just there's no way I want to sit around with 3 other me's and try. Because first of all, we wouldn't write no jokes.
Right.
We would just start smoking weed,
talking
taking
about
naps.
battle
Like nothing would get done. So I couldn't. I don't know. I'm just pro-human.
Yeah, I kind of am too. I'm
Just
just
pro
sort of,
people.
sort of making the argument for the other
Hot
side a
takes.
little.
I feel you, man. It's just like it's.
Because I love thinking of the jokes myself and writing them and saying them. That's
yeah.
that's why we do comedy. I wouldn't want to just read jokes.
I just don't know why we're so fucking stupid. We went straight to art. We got AI and went straight to art. We're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Medical field.
Nigga,
It is
military
it is,
field.
It is doing all that.
I'm saying, but that's all we should be talking about. Let the comedians tell the jokes. Let the singers sing. And let the robots kill each other. Like that's what we should be doing.
Let the rappers rap
And
and let the artists
if we
art.
happen to get hurt, let a robot fix you. That's a robot scoops my poop every day. 2 of them.
I think as a
Robots vacuum my house.
I think as a
That's what they should be
consumer of
doing.
art,
Yeah,
I don't.
why do I gotta vacuum
I
the
think
house
as a
while it
consumer of art,
makes
I don't care if it's. I don't care who the artist is. I care about how it affects me and how it makes me feel. So I don't really care if that art was generated or if a guy painted it, because that thing doesn't affect this guy being able to paint at all. AI being able to write jokes doesn't affect my ability to write jokes at all.
But AI makes
it
art
does-
way better than everybody
But I'm
else.
saying it's taking money out of artists' pockets though. You see what I'm saying? Like if I got a dude that can draw really well and I got an AI program that can draw really well, they both same level, but he's gonna take a day and the AI program's gonna take me maybe 10 minutes. The AI program's gonna get it every
put the
time.
right description in,
And
it's gonna
also
take
the AI program's
time.
gonna know to make its prices a little bit lower than that dude's.
Yeah.
But because the AI ain't got kids, it ain't got a family,
that.
it ain't got hopes and dreams. Tom Simmons,
AI gonna be
it's not aspiring to anything.
But how's that different from like I was a painter and I used to have to use this thing, and they came out with a bunch of different paintbrushes, and now they got red right there in a.
Then you buy the paintbrushes, Tom. You're not serious. You're not really about that paint life. You want to tell jokes. You want to make a quick buck so you can tell jokes. If you was a true painter, you would buy the shit. As soon as that gun came out, you would buy 3 of them because you want to get that painting money. But the thing is with comedians,
Is art about chasing the money?
I
Or is it about getting something out of you?
It's about survival. You can't. It's about survival. Like you want to be able to live so you can continue to produce art. That's every artist's dream. I feel like just enough to be able to keep doing what I love.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm for it. Yeah.
I'm
Would you
not-
listen to that? Would you listen to Will you listen to the Carlin there? I didn't listen to his last 3
I heard
albums.
it just seems like it's in bad taste. It's scientifically, it's neat, it's cool, but it's kind of like as somebody's dad.
I remember a dude. He walked up. He came up to the mic late. He was like, I had AI write some jokes for me. Y'all think that's cool? And I was like, man, hell nah. The fuck? Why would you? You had an open mic.
Right.
This happened at the Idiot Box?
How'd the ChatGPT guy do with his jokes?
He got there after the mic was over with. He got there like 10:30. And was like, yeah, I'm just in town for a little while. I just want to come to this comedy club. He was like, but I want to try comedy.
This was last night?
No, this was like some months ago.
Oh.
Okay.
And he was like, I wrote some jokes on ChatGPT. I had him write them for me. How do you know what I'm saying? How do y'all think this sounds? And I was like, don't even. Keep that shit in ChatGPT's
yeah,
brain.
For real, man.
Still have to be able to perform it.
You still need charisma. You still need the intangibles.
You still got to do act
You
outs.
still need experience. You get act outs.
I'd like to see AI
You
stuck
need
fuck
to
a
experience. Comedy reflects life. If you're not living life, you can't do it.
Sometimes an act out makes the whole joke. Is ChatGPT gonna say act out, and then you got to figure out what you're doing as the act out?
Stool. Like
Yeah,
my girl squawk like a bird, act like a bird. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like what are we doing?
Like I just, as a creative, as somebody who damn just thinks things and I'm like, oh, that's funny, and then does it, and then sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I can't fuck with AI because that could take anybody who's loud and obnoxious and tells water cooler jokes and make them a fucking comedian. And like it would take the brilliance out of it. Everybody that I think is funny is usually brilliant in some type of way.
I'm interested in that. I wonder if you could develop an hour. I wonder if I could develop an hour or 30 minutes even or even a 10-minute set that just is stuff from generated that way, and then go up on stage and tell it and see if it works. You know what I mean? And I think it would be like every open mic list I have. Like most of them won't work. Yeah. Some of them I'll think of a tag for on stage, or I'll think of a way.
That shit work.
Yeah, it's like it would. In theory, I think it's just about generating the topics for me.
Yes,
like
yeah.
that's because
then
I write the funny.
Technique is fine. I feel like, but as far as like somebody saying I want to do comedy, going to ChatGPT and saying give me
a joke about
5 minutes on my life, and then just saying that out loud, I think that's trash.
Okay.
It's because it kills the spirit of do you think you can do this?
Right. Yeah, but like for instance, like sometimes my buddy Kostaki does football jokes, and he does them that's his whole like thing is all pro lines, and he does like Bob and Tom every week, and every Sunday and Saturday whenever the games are, he's writing jokes about it and making memes and blah blah blah. And so if I'm in an airport or I'm sitting watching the game, I'll be texting him jokes like all day long. I'll send him 10, 15, 20 jokes or whatever. And then he'll pick which ones he likes, or he'll reword one and be like, oh, yeah, I like that angle. Like, Christian against the Lions. Let's write on that. You know what I mean? So I'm just prompting him in a way with jokes and ideas and stuff like that. And he's getting that list. And sometimes he gets them, sometimes what?
He can laugh.
And the thing is,
ChatGPT ain't gonna. That shit's never.
But
gonna
the
laugh.
difference is,
no, I mean as far as like, what's the difference between me texting him those lines and a ChatGPT texting him those lines?
Because
ChatGPT has no choice. Like
right.
you are a human being with your own life, your own everything on Earth. You're living your day, and something in your brain fires off, and you go, "Let me write this down and send it to this guy." There's something special about that. Out of all the shit going on, you locked into this moment where like, oh, I'm gonna hold on to that and then give it to another individual that I think would appreciate it. That's a special thing as opposed to just having a bunch of bots around you that you give a bunch of prompts. I can tell one thing, football, science, politics, religion, race, and do jack shit all day.
Right.
Just play video games and then just read the printouts and then go out there and try and do something. That's not.
That's what Ron White does. But it's with actual writers. Like they used to fax him pages of jokes, and he would just go on stage, read them, find out which ones worked, and then after a while of doing that, he has a new hour.
I still think living life and the human experience shapes information and material in a special way that AI can't capture.
I'm not disagreeing.
I hear you. I'm just saying because AI is just everything we have done. It's not at the point yet where it's trailblazing. Because if AI was so great, I'm waiting for AI. Like every day should be like AI cured cancer. AI found a new planet.
Right.
AI made a new part. It should, if it's that, it should be doing dope shit every fucking day. But it's not.
Right. AI figured out how to make energy free.
AI made real Pokemon. Like it should be doing shit every fucking day. Every fucking day should be some dope shit, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
Every day they're like, oh, the metrics are better than last. I'm like, what all that means?
Every day it's like just pictures of LeBron in a pool full.
Yeah, every day it's just AI drew Steve Harvey running from something.
Yeah.
That's it. Like right now, that's what it is. Until AI start introducing something new, when AI makes their Call of Duty, like their dope ass end all be all Call of Duty, I'll start paying attention. And now it's affecting me.
Right. For me, that shit is like, it's like steroids in a sense.
AI saving grandmas across the country. Hell yeah. That's what I should be hearing.
If you take steroids and don't work out, it ain't gonna do shit for you. Except fuck you up. So if you take AI and don't do anything with the jokes it gives you, you ain't hurting nothing. But if you taking steroids and you then working out hard as shit and you come compete against me and I'm just natural in an all natural league and you beat the shit out of me, I'm be looking like, what the fuck? This motherfucker couldn't test me 6 months ago.
Right.
Now all of a sudden I can't fucking hold a candle to him. What is happening?
What happened? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you get a boost. That shit is giving people a boost and like
I wonder if anybody's really started using it yet.
I'm sure people have.
They trying.
Guys that can't write.
Now that we having a conversation, I'm starting to like, wait a minute. Some of you motherfuckers is getting kind of good out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just like when I don't know where the prompts come from for me. Like if I'm watching a game and I hear him go, he's got a lot of time in the pocket. Like I'll start. So now that's the setup, and I'm thinking time in the pocket. That's like blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And I think that's just, I've trained my mind. That's joke writing, right? It's find the words, find the double entendres, find the double meanings, find the thing that's the opposite of that. I think that's all programmable.
Toeing the line.
Yeah, I think
knowing when to play, knowing when to go too far, knowing when to bring them back, knowing when to incorporate
But that
silence.
stuff is different. That's either natural or you learn that through performing.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. Like,
but ultimately, comedy's about the jokes.
Yeah.
It's about the words, the precision of the jokes, the editing down to finding the right way to say it, having the punchline at the end of the joke most of the time.
So
you know,
guys never reacted to a crowd.
Yes, I'm not.
How can it?
It's just words on the page. It still takes the person to get up there and perform it.
Well, I think it's more than that. It's the feeling. Like the joke is igniting a feeling. The wording has to be precise because you precisely want to hit on this one thing. It's all about feeling. I mean, and then it goes back to AI can't feel. It's just AI can write. It's like puns and like fucking one-liners. It can do that stuff. But is it going to touch on the pulse or something? Is it going to write something with any empathy? Is it going to write something with some bias? Because that's
I don't know.
I went to ChatGPT website. I said, write me a racist joke. It said I can't do that. I was like, what the fuck?
What do you mean?
I put a prompt in. I said, tell me or write me a racist joke. And it was like, I cannot do that. And I was like, this is trash.
Right.
This is garbage.
It's nothing like a real human.
This is garbage. This is trash.
So certain people couldn't even use ChatGPT because
You say, who made this?
By the way, I just wrote 3 when you said that.
I was saying, I'm like, what the fuck you mean? You talk about we talking about comedy and we just removing racism? That's like a part. That's like a chunk. Sexism, racism. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying it's there. And for it to be like, I'm not allowed to do that, I'm like, well, out the gate, you can't be a comedian. Like out the gate, you ain't writing my shit.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
ChatGPT don't want to get canceled.
You got to be able to push the envelope.
There's nothing in comedy that can't be talked about. Just gotta make it funny. I believe that for any religion.
I love that. I think
anything. If you got some push the line shit, I want to hear it.